Alright, Siege Tournament Round 2, Say Swag again versus Red, let's go! Up first, we got the Tractor Lulu Windy, everybody's favorite, into the Carcano Chilling Triano. We've seen this defense before, we've used this offense against it before. Hopefully everything goes okay. Basic idea here is that, you know, chilling is kind of scary, even for this offense, so we want to kill him real quick. Carcano Triana not scary, so we don't really care about them. In this first one, I'm buffing too much here. You should kind of play this the same way you play this offense against, like, twins, where you just try not to buff. I think at this time, I had forgotten that Chilling got a balance patch buff, where Chilling actually heals himself when he steals buffs from you. So probably don't buff yourself with your Windy, like, ever until the Chilling is dead. Would probably be the better way to play this. Either way, I don't remember losing this fight, but it has been a while now. Alright, Chilling's dead, so we definitely win. Now we just get to watch the show here, the Tractor Lulu Windy show. This offense is really good against most Carcano Triana defenses that I've seen. This offense is also good against other defenses. It's just a really good offense. Turns out being immune to defense break takes away a lot of the threat that a lot of good defenses have. I'm kind of splitting my damage here, which, you know, whenever I see that, I'm like, well, it's not like I'm going to lose, but it is kind of wasting our time when we have to watch the replay, right? Oh well, the Carcano was squishy, so we killed the Carcano. Now we're killing the Triana. We did it. What's next? Next up, we have the same thing. Very exciting. Okay, so I do not buff with my Windy there, so I'd say I'm playing a little bit better. Maybe I was buffing when the Chilling had, like, skill 2 off cooldown, where I thought the Chilling was gonna buff and not attack, then I would put my buffs up, but I don't know. This time we just kind of go straight through the Chilling, not using our Windy buffs at all. Alright, Chilling's gone, we win. What do you think about this offense, YouTube? There's so many things that this offense counters. And now that I'm, you know, doing this voiceover post-balance patch, like, I don't think it's going to get any worse for this offense. Or better for the viewers. It's like they buffed Orion and Perna and Rakan, right? And I think Windy counters all three, so I guess we're gonna see a lot more Windies. Good thing that I already have 5. Alright, we got another win. Up next here we have their the Kinky defenses. They've got Tessarian, Molly, Kinky, Wusagani, Rika, obviously very popular siege offense. Got a lot better after the Wusa buff, because now you don't end up in these fights where you like 3v1 Molly for 10 or 20 minutes. Because now the Wusa skill 2 can actually just kill the Molly. not much to say about this one. We're just going through the motions here. My Rika is still on despair, even in the tournament. Maybe it would have been a good idea to find her a violent set since I was reruning things. But I didn't feel like I was going to lose either way, so I didn't. Wusa is on, you know, a really good violent set because Wusa's on defense right now, and then Gani got an upgrade to his runes as well, as basically all of the monsters I used on offense at the tournament did. Just because I did a rerune. So this team performs as expected. Kinky's a really strong monster, but there's also like a lot of ways to beat him, especially in like 5-star. So I don't really know how I feel about Kinky in 5-star. Nana Jogun Savannah, huh? This is the defense that everyone's been talking about, or I guess it changed from Jogun to Ken later in the tournament. This offense that I'm using, the Malite Rakuni Windy, this is, you know, a free-to-play offense that I found and was testing a whole lot. The idea being that in this offense, regardless of which of my 3 monsters get scroll trapped by Jogun, the other 2 monsters can still kind of, you know, brawl it out and wait for their friend to come back. I did a lot of testing on this, and it works really well until the defense is on like big YOLO damage. I tested against the big YOLO damage version of the defense on one of my guildies with some insane rune quality, and I tested this about 50 times, and my win rate was 81%. And at the time, I was like, well, it's 81%, and that's not great, but I didn't have anything better against this that was like repeatable. You can use like a Leo team against this that will get better results, but I can only do that once, right? So like as far as free to play is concerned, this is the best I had. And you know, it's one of these things that's gonna make me feel dumb, but at the time I hadn't tested out a Tractor Windy team, which I do test later, and you'll see in our later matches, like the finals. But at this point, this was the offense that I was running. I was like, okay, this offense is like 95% against... Like, this defense has a Despair Nana that is not doing any damage. So my offense is like 95% plus against the way that this defense is ruined. If they have a violent crit damage Nana, and they're doing a lot more damage overall, then I know that my offense is not any worse than like 81%. Which... below my normal standards, but at the time I didn't have anything better. So this is not the greatest offense. You know, you can run it. It's not bad. I guess my biggest caution would be like the rune quality that I had on this offense for the tournament. I cannot afford to give these monsters in the regular season. They're on like my absolute tankiest runes. I think the Rakuni's even borrowing a rune from my Wusa on defense because I just needed my absolute best runes. Back to 4-star. I guess I got tired of Tractor Lulu Windy. Actually, I think I probably wanted to save my Windies for their 5-star bases. But, I mean, Kunai is really good here. So this is the Red Malite. This, I think, is the first time I've ever used him. Something that I made sure I had ready for the tournament was some fire tanks. I actually 2A'd 2 of the Fire Martial Cat. I built some Kunai. I wasn't sure what defenses people would run, but I was like, I looked at my own account, and I realized that I had kind of a deficiency of like fire tank type monsters. So I kind of shored that up before the tournament started, just in case somebody found a defense that you need fire tanks for, right? Didn't want to not have tools available. So we're a Kunai player now. I'm also a Fire Martial Cat player now. I've got those prepared. As far as, you know, just teams you've never seen me use before. So this is one of those teams you've never seen me use before. Basically, Kunai is going to tank this Chilling forever. Like, the Chilling can't do anything about him. We killed the Defense Breaker first, because I see my lose condition to be, you know, a water monster gets defense broken, chilling changes targets, and we get killed. So without the Carcano here, I don't really see us losing because we have all the time in the world. And obviously my Vigor's on Destroy because he's always on Violent Destroy for Siege offense. And then the Kunai, I don't think is on Destroy, but, you know, his skill 2 destroys HP anyway, so you don't really need it. He just kind of heals himself and goes into stone form literally every turn. He also reduces the damage his allies take from multi-hits, which is, you know, chilling. So even if we do get defense broken on a water monster and chilling hits it, I haven't done any testing on Kunai's passive to see what kind of damage reduction from multi-hits he provides, but it's pretty cool that he does that. I hope it's helping me, you know? But I'm still very new to using Kunai. Is it just me, or does this feel like it takes even longer than Tractor Lulu Windy? Tractor Lulu Windy, the way that I have them set up with like full additional damage artifacts, actually doesn't take that long. Yeah, this one didn't even finish. This one went too long. Tractor Lulu Windy even faster than that offense. Which, okay, we're back to Tractor Lulu Windy. I have 5 copies of it. I'm going to use 5 copies of it. But yeah, I build my Tractor in Windy, basically full additional damage. I do change my artifacts occasionally if I think I need to. So that one was a pretty close, you know, brush there. We got defense broken on our Lulu. The crit damage Triana hit us a couple times on a violent proc. So, you know, if she had had a double violent proc, we would have been in some trouble there. We get defense broken again. See if he can actually do anything with it. I mean, it's looking kind of scary. If his Triana and his chilling hadn't buffed there, we could be in trouble. I think overall it's possible that the Kunai team might be the safer team. But Tractor Lulu Windy works pretty well, typically. Now we get a couple resists on the defense break there. We are 100 resistance, so that's nice to have. Nice to see that happening. Most Carcanos don't have more than like 50 skill 3 accuracy. At most, they're usually built with like 30 accuracy, and then they'll have like a plus 20 skill 3 accuracy artifact. So high resistance should matter some in a drawn-out fight against Carcano, and I've kind of, you know, become accustomed to drawn-out fights against Carcano, given the teams that I use. But yeah, I don't remember this one being so scary. Now that I watch it again, I'm like, I almost died twice. Granted, violent procs were involved both times I almost died, but so like, if there were more violent procs than the violent procs that had already happened, they would have been problems. But looking at that, maybe I try that Kunai team first next time, even though it took longer. It looks safer. Up next, we've got Nana here with a Fuki, and now I do bring out one of my Fire Cats. The idea here, again, I'm not super practiced with Fire Cat offenses. I figured this isn't much different from like the beta Fuki 4-star defenses, where if I just fully destroy this Fuki's HP, he's not going to really be a threat anymore. And if I can make it so that the Fuki's not a threat anymore, then like there is no threat anymore, because that's the only one they have. Yeah, this Nana's not doing very much damage. A lot of people running these tank Nanas, and Nana's a really strong monster, but I do kind of think she needs to do some damage to actually be pulling her weight on the team. A Nana team needs to have a good threat. If a Nana team can be just tanked, then Nana isn't doing enough on the team. So we've got Fuki fully destroyed at this point. I imagine we should be okay. All we have to do now is keep killing him. He's destroying us as well, obviously. And there I chose to destroy some of the mermaid HP, because I am going to have to kill that thing eventually. And I want to watch here to see how close I get to dying. But like the Fuki just does so little damage. You can see my Fire Cat's on Violent. I've just got some HP crit damage HP set there. I don't know if Raccoony was the best idea. I probably could have found like a better third monster. Like there's got to be some Nat 5 I could have brought here to speed this up a bit. But at this point, I'm just going to kill Fuki every time he gets revived. I'm going to cycle my Fire Cat's turns, because I just need to eventually kill this beta. And I brought a single threat offense against a single threat defense, so gonna be a bit of a long fight. Well, maybe if I keep Violent procking, it won't be that long of a fight. Alrighty. Reviver goes down. Now we just have to get through a Nana, and that can't be too hard. This thing can't heal. Oh, ran out of time. But we did win. We eventually killed that Nana. Next up, Kark Miles Savannah. This is what I was saving a Leo for, I guess. I didn't know where I was going to use my Leo. I knew he'd get me a win at some point. This Leo is before I re-runed him full tank. He is like plus 30k HP with heavy fire reduction artifact, so he probably could have tanked that Carcano if it had procced on him. But later on, I did re-rune my Leo to triple HP full tank. Just not in this particular siege. Tasari and Lulu is just so good on offense. If you are the type of person who's willing to build dupes for Siege, you should build every Tasarian you ever summon. I wish I have 3 of them. I wish I had at least 6. He's so good. Alright, we get a win off of our Leo. Back once more for the Carcano chilling Triana here. With everybody's favorite offense. So the first couple rounds of the tournament, or actually every round of the tournament, I took my time with my offenses. I just kind of waited until my guildies weren't fighting over hitting something, and then I'd just jump in and hit it, after rerouting my offense monsters, because unless it's something like Tractor Lulu Windy, where obviously I already have the runes figured out, I was like using Optimizer to re-ruin every single offense that I did in the tournament. Well, almost every single offense I did in the tournament. Should have been every one, but I can't say that it was. So all of my sieges, I took my time. It took me a long time to get through all my attacks, because I just kind of did them when nobody else was doing it. Which is relevant here, because in this particular one, I only ended up getting 9 wins, which is unfortunate. The first round and this round, like, we didn't really need to use all of our attacks. We didn't end up using all of our attacks. And I just kind of was holding on too long to where when we called FFA, I didn't quite get into a tower fast enough. There was a tower that opened, available for attack, like 10 seconds before the siege ended, maybe 15-20 seconds before the siege ended, and unfortunately I finished my 10th attack about 5 seconds after the siege ended. So 9-0 for me, almost 10-0. we'll try to do better next time, which is the malicious fight in the quarterfinals. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will get the next video out quickly, or not. We'll see.